Touched something and then it messed up, and so I had to start over because I had pushed it.
Jesus, take the wheel.
In the last one, the kids were talking about their boob sizes, so I was like, oh, maybe it's
their boob sizes.
I was like, guys, we're live. Girls are just up there talking about their lady parts. Like, okay. My goodness.
Hi, Trisha.
I am so full. We had a very good dinner, and I am so full now. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. I pushed a button, and all of a sudden my screen like went crazy, and I just had to stop it because.
I'm gonna silence my phone. Silence my phone.
You're about to say I'm gonna fight somebody.
Silence my phone. Silence my phone is what I was saying. But... Okay. So we
Just get in it.
We were waiting for a few more peeps to get on here, and then going to get started. We've been busting our booties today, getting ready for the new year.
Hi, Chrissy.
I have been working a second job. Johnny's been working a second job. So we've been a little bit behind on getting some stuff done. We like to be done like way ahead of time. So we've been doing it now for the new year. So I was working on my planner today, which I'm super excited about.
She was hogging the printer is what she's saying. That's what she was doing.
But I was getting my planner printed and started for the new year. And I'm using a variety of people's this year. Kelly Rigo. Mm-hmm. She was our star. She came to our star summit retreat that we put on here in Idaho, and she created an amazing planner. And then Joanna Luna, and then a couple other ones that I found on Etsy that I'm going to make a big planner of, so that I have exactly what I want, and I edited them in Canva. So I'm super excited about that because I have a big fat happy planner that I like to do things in, and I did use it a lot last year, and my goal for 2022 is to use it even more this year. So if I have the things in front of me, then I will
do the things,
all the things.
All the stuff, and that kind of ties into what we're going to talk about today. Ew. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and, well, I guess we don't really need to, but for those that don't know who we are the Ningos. I'm Deandra, that's Johnny. Nice to meet you guys. Just kidding. I'm Johnny, that's Deandra. We are superstar directors out of Emmett, Idaho. We live, I think, 27 minutes away from home office.
Like,
less
27 miles, 17 minutes, or vice versa.
No, it's definitely like 17 miles, but it's like 27 minutes.
Ish, yeah.
But we're within that 50-mile radius to where we can do local pickup. So we're close to home office. And we've been with Scentsy since 2016. And we're here to talk to you guys today about excuse busting. And it took us about a good solid, almost 3 years after joining? No, 2 years. It was 2 years, right? In 2019 no, 3 years. Mm-hmm. It was 3 years to the month of our Scentiversary that we spent giving every excuse in the book. We have too many kids. Oh, we don't have the time to do that. Oh, we have to go take the kids to do this. Oh, we don't have the money for that because we have so many kids. Oh, we can't do like sample day. Like our kids would never let us. Like we could never.
We don't have the money to make samples.
We don't have the money to buy sampling kits. We don't have this. We don't have that. We sounded like a broken record, and it is a Jesus thing that our business survived 3 years with us working like that, and it got pretty big. I think we were at like right below 100 when Deandra was like, all right, we're done with all these excuses. Mm-hmm. But we were right below 100. We didn't even have a first director yet. It was actually after that we put our feet. Our foot.
I don't know. Lamborghinis.
When we put our feet down, it was after that we got our first director. But
oh shoot, no. I used Johnny's hand sanitizer, and that was a lot.
Dude, I didn't care that you used it. You made a mess.
It came out too fast. Anyways, it actually started with Johnny losing his mom, and in 2019, and whereas our excuses couldn't be, like our excuses, we couldn't have excuses anymore. Like literally,
because I kind of went off the deep end after losing my mom. I like literally lost like the best paying job I had ever had. And so Deandra was like, well, now I really can't give these excuses because I really have to depend on this business while this dude falls apart and grieves. So it literally September of 2019, she like picked up her join kit, like metaphorically picked up her join kit, and she never put it down since that day. Even throughout working another job, she's still doing all the things. She's still marketing. She's still doing all this stuff. But truly, it was when she was like, you know what? I do have all these kids, and I'm gonna utilize all these kids. And she'd let them label stuff. She'd let them cut things out that she needed. She'd let them sign cards even. She'd let them package orders. She'd let them go take the orders, and then they thought it was so fun to run these orders to the door and like ring the doorbell and then run. Like it just became like a game. So she was like, all right, you're right. I do have a lot of kids, and I'm going to use all of them. My screen went blank? Huh? Okay, disregard. What was I saying? I totally lost that message. Freaked me out.
So.
Oh yeah, using the kids, and then like what else? Like, I don't
like utilizing them like slave labor, not like anything like that.
But just our main excuse was always that we had a bunch of kids and we never had money for the things, so we just like cut expenses where we had to, or even we donated plasma. We have one of those centers, a couple of those centers around our area. So we donated plasma, the both of us, to be able to buy things. That's how we've gotten a lot of our LTOs and stuff over the last couple of years, because we've had extra donating money. So it was when we were like, you know what, we're done. Or she was like, I was still going through my stuff. It took a minute for me to hop on the train too. But when she literally was like, I'm done making excuses and I'm just going to bust through them. And that's literally what changed our business. And then eventually I got over my stuff and then came into the picture.
It was like super huge was taking the what? In my room on the dresser where they always are. They really become helpless when you're not holding their hand. Literally taking our excuses and making them our why, or our reason why we needed to hustle. Or, you know, for instance, my biggest thing was always our superstar director would be like, you need to send out Happy Meal. Your customers want, you know, to connect with you. They want to see you. We need to send out Happy Meal. And I'd be like, I can't afford that. Not only do I not have time to make all that stuff, but I can't afford that. And so then it took, you know, I would have side hustles where I would make tamales and not advertise that I'm making tamales.
This is not an advertisement.
You cannot, yeah. And,
do not message us for tamales.
And, you know, donating plasma. And that's literally what we would use to buy Happy Meal stuff. Or we would start making stickers or, you know, things like that to be able to... oh my gosh.
It broke?
The Star Wars spaceship broke.
Your Legos one?
Anyways, okay, so
I'm in the middle of something right now.
At the end of the day, this is what happens. Your children talk to you about stuff when you're trying to be on a training, and we specifically told them we're on a training, so please don't bother us. But yeah, so that is something we learned that is out of compliance. We are not able to advertise that we sell tamales. So I'm not able to advertise on my personal page or anything. So no, you cannot have tamales.
Not
because it's out of compliance. So because I met you through Scentsy, okay? If you see me on the street, it's a different story. But
she's taking that back. Take that. Take it back. Whatever you just said. Whatever you just said.
If you knew me from the streets.
Okay. I thought you meant like if you see me on the streets, different story. Okay.
No, but if you know me from the streets. If you didn't know me through Scentsy.
Read up your compliance rule book just so you guys.
But at the end of the day, we just started busting literally every excuse we had with our own. And we just got to the point where we were sick of our own excuses. And now we hear people talk about excuses, and it's annoying because, yes, everybody has excuses. And I know that there's valid reasons in life why, you can't do things. And especially with COVID, it's been a really crazy 2 years. But at the end of the day, I've even learned now, like, I'm working 2, 3-ish jobs depending on the day. And so I've had to hustle that plus kids, plus after school activities, plus after school programs, plus, all sorts of dance and other stuff. And it's been pretty crazy and chaotic. And, it's just something that we've learned, to bust our own excuses, because really
it could truly be so easy for us when we're both working like full-time jobs for us to be like, Scentsy can really be put on the back burner. Like we don't really need to like worry about it because we've got leaders underneath us, like, but for us mentally, and like we feel like it just like hurts our business when we're not 100% invested. So right now it could be very easy for us to be like, no, it's going to go on the back burner right now. We're just working 2 jobs. We're dealing with the kids. We've got holidays and all this stuff. Like, we're just not going to worry about Scentsy right now, but we choose not to. We choose to treat Scentsy like we have bosses that are expecting us to show up, because we have to. We have to, that mindset. We have to put ourselves in that mindset. We have to act like it's a real 9-to-5 job that we have to go work and put the time and effort into, because just like when she goes to the school to work, she's expected to be there at a certain time. She's expected to do these tasks. She's expected to do what she has to do throughout the day in order to get paid and to be, for her boss to feel satisfied that she's doing her job. So our mindset with Scentsy is she gets up sometimes at 4, and she's like down here in the office from 4 until 6, from when the first set of kids wake up. And she's in here the hour and a half, 2 hours, because she knows I need to give Scentsy some sort of time today. And if that means I get up at 4 o'clock and I spend 2 extra hours before the kids wake up, then that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wake up at 4, and she will. I wake up from bed sometimes and I turn around and she's not there, and I'm like, what the heck? And I come down 2 hours later and she's been in the office the whole time. It's literally your whole mindset and telling yourself, I have to do this because I have this because of this reason. Our main reason is we want Scentsy to cover all of our bills. Insert the disclosure now, but literally we want it to cover all of our bills. Like, that is a huge feeling of success for us, that our little wax business covers our family's bills. And for the last, going on 18 months now, it has covered 100% of our bills. Some months we struggle, but we make up for it however we have to. But we know that our biggest goal with Scentsy is for it to cover 100% of our bills most months, and it does. And it even goes as far as our 10% tithing to church. So we're tithing a huge chunk to our church, but also paying all of our bills, and then having a little bit of money for Happy Meal, for things for our team, all that stuff, incentives, that whatever it is that month. So we know, like, if we're not down there working, D knows, like, if I'm not down there and I don't give the 2 hours that I have to give in the morning before I go to work, I'm not going to do anything with Scentsy, and she's going to feel disconnected, and then the business feels disconnected, and we literally feel super, super disconnected from our leaders, from upcoming leaders, from our frontline, downline, even from our SSD. I messaged her a couple of days ago, and I was like, I feel like I haven't talked to you in forever, and this is not normal for us. And she was like, yes, dude, I know, I don't like it. But we just know that we have to commit the time and the efforts and whatever it else is, because we want it to pay us. We want it to reward us in those ways, and for it to fulfill us in those ways that it does. And when we commit and we do that, and we do bust all the excuses, we feel it. We totally feel it, not only in the paycheck, but when we're super connected with our team and our team numbers are high and their PRV are high, and it's awesome to me to see in our group almost every month 20 people or more are over 2,000 PRV. That's incredible. It's huge, and we're always among them because we want our leaders to see we're busy. We are freaking busy. If we're not doing the stuff here at home, we're with the kids and we're running them around and we're helping other people, always helping other people. I swear Deandra doesn't know how to say no. We're always helping somebody. Even if I don't want to, I'm voluntold to help somebody, and I like it in the end. I'm not going to lie. But we're always doing something. We're always involved with somebody. We're always doing this. We're always doing that. And it can truly be so easy for us to say, we cannot work Scentsy like a full-time job. We just cannot. We don't have the time. We don't have the energy. Like, it's just not in us.
We have too many kids. Yeah, our kids are too little.
We just choose not to because why? This business is huge. And if you have a team, if you're a director already in this business, you have a team and you're sitting on a gold mine if you work it right. If you do all of the things that you need to do and you commit and you devote your time and give love and effort to those below you, you're sitting on a gold mine. I cannot tell you, when we started busting the excuses in 2019, we took our team from a team of I think it was 86, less than 100 people. We're now almost 500 people. And it doesn't happen by accident. It happens because we poured into our business in all areas that needed to be poured into.
And yeah, that wasn't pushing 115% either.
Mm-mm.
That was giving it 4 to 6 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
4 to 6 hours a day. We would separate tasks so that we were, utilizing our time better and being more efficient. But our new goal for the new year is we want to buy a house. We've never owned our own home. We've always rented. And every year for the past 6 years, we have had to move every year for the past 6 years, right before school. Our landlords have either sold out from underneath us and we weren't ready credit-wise, or they've moved into our home, or so many reasons. We've had to uproot and move with the kids. So our goal is to be able to have a home that my mom can live with us, and she'll have her own area. We want to be able to give back to our community in ways that are like above and beyond. Like right now, he said we tithe. We also committed to an extra $100 a month to our church for a new building that they're working on. Beyond that, we want to be able to bless people for Christmas or pay people's power bill anonymously. I like it without.
Oh, sorry.
It's like just reflecting on my forehead. But we want to be able to do those things anonymously so nobody knows, and they're just blessed, and allow God to use us in mighty ways in our community. So we want to do that with our Scentsy money. So this year, our goal is to hit January 1st, 2022, as we've never worked our business before, 100 million %, along with our oldest, my oldest, his sister. Not weird at all. His sister lives with us, and she's been raised like my child. She calls me mom, and she's been raised like my child. She helps us.
It's weird when we're at the stores, everybody knows we're married, and she's like, mom, and then brother, and people are like,
awkward.
How does that work?
But yeah, so she's helping us. We're working it with our family, and our goal is to buy a house by June 1st. And so you can join us in prayer, because that's our next big thing, and we are going to give our business 112%.
I think that has been our biggest excuse. That has been getting all of our excuses the last couple of years.
Right.
We stopped in our Scentsy business, which we're really proud of. But then our house situation, we've been like, oh, we can't do this.
We can't because we don't have good credit. We can't.
I finally got approved for my first ever credit card the other day. Okay.
Prepaid, like with his own money.
Yeah,
we're not.
I had never been able to get one of those ever before. So I finally got one of those in my name for the first time ever. And I'm 31 years old. First time ever being able to be approved for something like that. It's huge for me. I even opened up a checking account the same day, and I was like, dang, look at me. I'm like old now. Call me Juan. Call me John. It's fine. But just learning to bust those excuses.
Oh my gosh.
Like, okay, I got a no before from this bank for a credit card. Let me go to the next one. Maybe they won't tell me no. Okay, they gave me a no, but I'm gonna keep going.
Kind of like with customers.
Yeah,
when they
so
tell you no.
I just kept going and applying, and finally got one, and it makes me feel so freaking cool.
But yeah, so that's our big thing right now. And so we've taken those excuses that we had leading up to this, and we are busting those. And okay, this is our next big thing. So now we are going to work with our teams and our teams and our big fat group and help them as well, because we know that it's possible. And just seeing where we've come in the last few years, we know that it's possible. It's a matter of getting out of our own head, and then again busting our excuses as they come, because sometimes you don't even realize that you're giving yourself an excuse until it becomes an excuse, and then you hear somebody else do it and you're like, oh my gosh, I said the same thing.
You hear somebody else and you're like, that sounds like nothing but an excuse, but I say that, oh, shoot, let me go ahead and shut up.
Yeah, so that's our biggest thing. And so going into the new year, everyone's always like on a weight loss kick or a we're gonna do better kick or whatever. We are gonna do what we've been doing, love others well, and just increase the amount of effort put forth. So we're not making any New Year's resolutions. We're not doing any of that. We are gonna have our words for 2022, which we always do. They always end up coming to us eventually, even if it's a week or two in. And then our big thing is going to be faith in action, I think, is really what it boils down to, throughout our teams and our business, and how that's going to look. Faith in the company, faith in ourselves, faith in our teams, faith in Jesus, and faith in, that Scentsy has our backs at all times, and just really, diving into that and what that's going to look like for us. So I think that excuse busting into 2022, that's really where we would encourage you all and your teams to, bust your own excuses. But if you hear them having an excuse, evaluate yourself. And if that's
I was just going to say, to grab a pen and notebook tonight and think about excuses that you have given the last year. The last week even. You might come up with like 10, possibly. But write down excuses. Write them down. And then across the way, write something like a solution. What can I do to bust this excuse? So, too many kids. Have them help. I don't have time. Make the time. Get up an hour earlier. Go to bed an hour later. Write it down. Just make sure you identify your excuses and then a way that you can solve those and fix it.
Ask people too. Maybe you're like, I don't know. I don't really think I have any. Ask people. Have I given you an excuse when it comes to my business?
If you work closely with your sponsor, with any of your uplines, and you've talked to them about the business, maybe you've given them an excuse and you don't even realize it. And so if you ask them and they're like, well, you kind of said this, don't get mad. Don't get salty. Just be like, I really appreciate your feedback. And then write it down and then think, what can I do to fix that?
Right. And, I was going somewhere else with that, but no.
Sorry, I
forgot.
I was like, I gotta tell him this.
Well, yeah, if you're asking and then evaluating those areas, maybe it's an area where you're stuck in, and you need to ask somebody like, hey, how did you handle this situation? I don't want to hear your whining or see your whining. I'm sorry, that sounds rude, but on the groups, like, oh, I have this issue with this downline and la la la. Not every downline is going to mesh with you, so some of them you're just going to have to let them, get help from somebody else and not yammer about it. But things like, okay, I see you working your business with your spouse. Do you have any tips for how I could get mine more involved? Or things like that. Or even taking your excuse and seeing if there's a training on it that could help you. Senya!
Guys, be quiet.
And I have had to learn tough love because, please be quiet.
You are not going to mesh with everybody.
Yes,
and this business. Especially if you want to become a superstar director, most SSDs above average have between 200 to 300 people when they promote. averagely.
At least, yeah.
So that's a lot of people. And if you think you're going to get along with every single one of those 300 people, a lot of them you don't even know because they're friends of your friends of your friends of your friends. Like, you're not going to know them. So then you come in contact with them because of the training or whatever. You guys have to talk, and then you're like, I don't really like that person. You need to learn to like that person because that person might be your third gen director one day, or, you know, a director in your lineage one day. So if within the 1, 2, 3 generation mark, you're going to be making money off that person, and you never ever want to treat a person that is helping you make money like garbage, no matter what the beliefs are. If it's unhealthy and toxic, totally understand to cut that off and bless and release. That's understandable. But if it's just their personality that you don't like, but they're asking you for help and you don't really like helping them because of their personality, that's a you problem. And you have to check yourself about that, because for us, it took a lot. Like, oh my gosh, she asked so many questions. Like, why is she asking me again? Like, we just posted it in the news thread and she can click the link and get the answer herself. No, I'm going to be like, you know what? Hey, so what we do every single month in the beautiful group that we're all in is we have this news thread. It is pinned to the top in the announcements, and every single day, one of the SSDs or directors, we're going through and making sure that we are not missing a news thing that you can see. So this is where that's at, and if you just click the link, it's going to take you right to the news page, and it's going to answer your question. You're going to get the right answer, and I won't have any chance of messing that up. And they appreciate that, because not only am I informing them, but I'm teaching them on how to get to this information. So instead of me complaining about, oh my gosh, I can't stand this, she's asking me 50 million questions in one day, like, no, I'm just gonna humbly help this person out, because that's what I have to do, because this person is helping my family. Ultimately, this person is helping my family. They are putting in PRV, and that PRV counts to my GWV, and that's helping me hit numbers. That's helping, if there's a leader in between us, that's helping their leaders hit numbers, and all of that counts for my paycheck, and I appreciate this person for that. So I'm going to put aside the fact that their bubbly personality is like just too much out there for me, and I'm going to just put it aside and work with this person anyways. And once you do that and you learn how to do that for your business, and you like teach yourself that you're not going to like everybody in your business, it's easier for you. It's simpler for you to work with people. It is almost like a weight is lifted off your shoulders, because you just know, like, okay, I'm not gonna like everyone in this business, and I don't have to, but I need to treat people with respect anyways, and I need to try and get along with them anyways, or give it a shot, give them the benefit of the doubt, no matter what. Like, you have to. And once you do that, it's just like this huge weight is lifted off your shoulders, and it's just easier to come across to people. So
I think that's something too that like hurts my heart sometimes, is when people are constantly like, well, I don't have time. Well, don't ask me because I don't have time. Or, I mean, I hear it so much in different groups, and I mean, not even just in Scentsy, but overall, working at the school now, and that's something that I've heard endlessly. Like, nobody wants to help anyone out because you know, they are I guess so. I wouldn't say selfish, but do you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
it's
they're just,
it's like the new culture in the
yeah,
world.
and it hurts
like,
my heart.
It's like, if what I need to help you with doesn't benefit me, then or if it's not instantly benefiting me, then I don't want to help you. Like, I don't feel like I need to help you.
So that's something in our business that we've done a little bit differently. If somebody messages us and they are not from our group and we're not getting paid off of them, we are still going to answer their questions.
Always.
We are still going to take them under our wing if they don't have an upline. We have a couple on our group that we've taken in as our own. When they promoted, we were there to encourage them. We've sent them happy mail. We've never met these people in our life. And so for us, no matter what, at the end of the day, yes, we're busy people, but we're never too busy to answer somebody's question or a word of encouragement, or asking for prayer, or asking, you know, for a word of encouragement. We're never too busy because at the end of the day, we felt, because we've ran our business this way and with so much integrity, even though our integrity is constantly questioned, that's the reason God has given us, it feels like, more time in a day. So that's something for us. Like, we will help someone if they message us from the directors group, or if they're like, hey, how'd you do that? Let me create you one really quick. You don't want to learn how to create? That's cool. Let me just add your information. What information do you want on that card? Cool. Like, I cannot tell you how many business cards I've created for people, because it takes me a matter of a few seconds. God has not given everyone the same gift. If I have the gift of a little tiny bit of creativity, I'm going to help them. It takes me 2 seconds, and no, I'm not getting paid off of it, and I do have to be mindful of my time. But like I'm saying, I am very prayerful of the people that God sends to us and the people that are there to be helped. And even if they're not making me money, at the end of the day, my blessings are far greater because I took the time to help that person. And then I've always found that every person I've needed to help, or that has been sent our way to help, we ended up connecting on a much deeper level anyways. And then they become friends and, family and, all the things. So I know that not everyone has been given the same gift. If you have a gift that somebody else doesn't have, share that gift. Be mindful of the fact that we're here to share that. We're here to, help. We're here to be that for other people. So if you are not on our team and you message us tonight and say, hey, I need help with this. Someone asked about Scentsy with your spouse. We have a video on that, but we are more than happy to help you. We have slowed down on trainings lately just to take time. We normally take all of December off, but we're feeling a little stir crazy. So today we were back in the office and back at it. It is hard. We have 8 kids currently in the house, 7 of which are under our direct care. One is one that we're going through the adoption process with, and the rest are ours, yours, mine, ours, the neighbors.
Y'all want a kid?
Yeah. So, at the end of the day, we do have a lot going on as well. But there is 2 of us, and if I can't answer a question, I will send them to Johnny. Sometimes it takes a simple, quick screen share, and somebody has a question answer that they can then share with their teams. So you help more than one person, and then they will have to ask the question again. And at the end of the day, we're all in this together. We really feel like Scentsy was a godsend for us, and that we are a big family, and that in busting these excuses, it's changed our lives as well as many others' lives, and not because of us. We are out of the equation. We are out of the equation altogether. So none of this is because of us. It's just, what Jesus has done. So we do not get any of the recognition or any of the glory or any of the anything. We are nothing in light of eternity. So that's just something huge for us that we've
it's
done.
bled down into our group. All that, the positivity that started with us because of our SSD and how amazing she is and has always been with us. It bled down into us, that positivity, the willingness to help others, to serve others without expecting anything in return. Just like quite a few people that I've seen their names pop up commenting, we've helped you guys, and you guys are nowhere near us, not even under our SSD or her SSD, but we still help you anyways because it's just something that we love to do. We love to serve other people, and that bled down into our group, and it's bleeding down into their teams and into their teams, and it's just a awesome thing to see when I see one of our people who's like 5 generations deep, like under 2 directors, helping someone that they don't even know. I see someone just randomly commenting on their post like, oh my gosh, how did you do this? And then they're answering back like full paragraph, like, this is what I did step by step, this is what helped me. If you need more help, go ahead and call me, here's my number. And I'm like, this girl's like less than a year in, and she's already giving advice to someone who's been in the business since forever. And it's just the coolest feeling for us to see, like, because it started with us. And not to brag or anything, but it's because of our behavior and what we've modeled for our people to just love endlessly and serve others like however you can. We used to like laugh when our SSD would tell us that. Like, it took us a while for us to understand. We'd be like, bro, you always say love people well. Like, what does that even mean? And now I hear us saying it and I'm like, oh my gosh, we sound like Brie. But I mean, seriously, in this business, if you love others well, oh man, the reward is just amazing because you attract people to you. You attract all these good, great people who just have all these huge ideas in their heads, and you just come together and you collaborate, and pretty soon 3 months have gone by since you've met this random person because you just decided to open your heart and love them, and 3 months go by and your business is totally transformed because of one simple piece of advice that you got from this person. Just imagine, like, it. I don't know. For me, I just love that we started our business this way, and
that's something
we keep doing it.
Yeah, and we hope that when we are able to see you guys in person, that you get that same feeling. Never be afraid to come up and ask questions or talk to us or hug us or love us or...
don't get offended, though, if I don't recognize you.
He's very awful with that. I will say, oh my gosh, I know you. I don't remember your name, but I know you. But that's something too that we just want people to feel like we are family and like you've known us forever. And
I love you.
See, Patty, she's one of them. She was in our boot camp and became family, and we don't even remember that we know her from Scentsy. That's just family. That's just Patty. But at the end of the day, we want people to do that with everyone. Mm-hmm. Like if you have someone on Facebook that you've never met in person, dude, love them when you see them. Love them. Introduce yourself. I'm friends with you. Maybe you don't remember me. Mm-hmm. You're awesome. I want a hug. Cool. But we want to exude that as well when we are out and about and just let Jesus' light shine through us and not ever feel like we're a Scentsy celebrity because we're not. People always use that to, oh yeah, you're Scentsy celebrities. No, we're not. No, we are just an average family that I yell a little too much sometimes, and he says a swear word every now and then, and at the end of the day, we give it back to Jesus, and we change, and we grow, and we are just like you. We deal with anxiety and depression and anger issues and kids that test our patience and aren't
some of them do making great choices. In the morning. Like, I just don't understand why you do that.
Alyssa, don't be too shy. Say what's up. I'm Alyssa. Remember that time I said I was too shy to walk up to you? Here I am. And I mean, I think that's the biggest thing. If you're ever in Idaho, tell us, and we'll do our very best to be able to see you, to take you for a tour of home office, to have you over for dinner. Johnny loves to cook. We have a big home and
we went
lots
to
of hearts.
Dinner with a boot camp group, and none of them were our directors, but we went to dinner with a bunch of them because they were like, we know you guys from some trainings you did, and we would love if you guys came and had dinner with us. And we went and we had a blast, and it's fun to just connect with people, and we share this passion for this wax business. So like if you're ever in our neck of the woods, please message us and tell us, hey, I'm right down the road maybe from your house, can I stop by? And
hey, I got your address off your business card.
The house is crazy, but go ahead.
Yeah, literally. But I think that too, at the end of the day, when people see that, it helps them bust excuses. It helps them deal with things that maybe they're struggling with. I know that when Johnny and I first started, he was very, he dealt with anxiety. It's something he never even shared with me, but he had dealt with anxiety, and he didn't really like talking to people. He didn't really have friends. The friends he did have, he'd had since elementary school and middle school, and he hadn't made new friends, like adult friends. These were just friends he had brought with him because he didn't talk to people. And I remember the first time he led a training during work. He had to leave his full-time job and go sit in the car, and he led a training.
Training
Tuesdays. And then the next thing, he was asked to lead a training breakout session at SFR. Well, SFR was the big one. Yeah. And I just remember seeing him like totally in his element and no anxiety, just talking to complete strangers, getting hit on by all sorts of women, and he was just soaking it in like it was no big deal. And gosh. It was just amazing to see. Like, I was like, oh my goodness, that is what Scentsy can do. That is how God used Scentsy to help him with anxiety and depression, to the point where, yes, if he has depression, he can reach out to someone like Chuck and say, hey man, I'm struggling with this today. And Chuck will be like, dude, I have struggled with that. Here's what I did. Or women that have become best friends, our SSD, hey, I'm struggling with this today, Bree, can you pray for me? Chelsea Otto, Fifi Fitzgerald, these
Paige
are people
Copeland, who's commenting on here. I know that I can message her anytime,
and
she'll
people
be like, what's up, sweetie, what's going on?
Yeah, people that we like now don't even know because of Scentsy. Like, now we don't even associate them with Scentsy. Now it's far deeper. Now it's a friendship or a prayer partner or a prayer warrior or someone that will lead our team. If we got sick, they would step in and lead our team for us. Like, hands down, they would take over our team page and they would lead for us if need be. People that, when his mom died, made sure that we had food for a month so we never had to leave to go to the grocery store, or memorabilia of her so that, you know, on every tree or corner or whatever, there was something, you know, that would associate our Scentsy team and his mom, and, you know, something that we can pass on to our kids, and, you know, a legacy that really means legacy. You know, I think that's just huge. And that going into the new year is huge. That, you know, being taken into 2022 with a world that is so hurting and so broken and so anxiety ridden, anxious about everything, and depressed about everything.
You have a huge platform with Scentsy. Like I said, if you're already a director and above, that means you have like a good enough team in order to help you achieve that. Like, that's a good amount of people for you to influence. So on average, I'd say it's about 20 to 25 where people promote to director, right? People. It has been an average for our group anyways. So if you're leading 20 to 25 people and you're influencing them and you're feeding this positivity down to them, and like, it's just, you're just different in your business, different from how other businesses run their business, different from how you see Walmart employers treating their employees. Like, I would never want to treat my employees like Walmart treats their people. Like, I have never heard a story where, oh yeah, I work for Walmart and I love it. I've never heard anybody say that, and like, I don't think I ever will. But like, if you just do things differently and you bleed that down into your groups, like, it's just, it's impactful. It's huge, because these people look up to you. They see your name as their sponsor, and when people join your front line, they're like, oh yeah, and my sponsor is so and so. She always helps me, so she'll most likely help you. Like, not like, it's good. Like, you're influencing these people. So if you're influencing them in a great way, just imagine you're going in all kinds of directions in the U.S. Like,
I think that's another thing too.
Huge.
I could see the passion. Oh yeah, I can see too how if we're teaching our teens to bust their excuses, and we're teaching them how radically different their life could be. I have been out of the game for how many years?
What game?
Working.
Oh, every 6? Gonna be 6?
Yeah, so like 5 years?
6 years?
6 years. And I have not been in the work game. I mean, Scentsy at home full time. But I had recently started at the school, and I was a sub, and then I got hired full time in the special education department as a para. And plus having the kids that go to school 2 different times, plus some go to the middle school, some go to the elementary. Kids with special needs, as far as our kids don't have special needs, but they have special needs.
Like reading, or
like, yeah, or even like just emotional stuff, or past trauma that affects them today. Anyway, so there's a lot. There's a lot going on. And so taking that job was for our family. We needed the extra money. Not that we needed it like, oh my goodness, we're struggling since he's not providing. No, we needed the extra money to knock out some extra debt.
We didn't even need the extra money, really. We just needed the job history.
Yeah, but now we know that we don't even need that. Like, that's not even the main thing. So all that to say, like, I also felt called to like help because they really needed it. Well, now taking a step back and reflecting in the last week not even a week since I've been home, I don't like having a boss. I don't like having coworkers that I don't get to choose to like connect with them. Yeah. I don't like being told when I have to show up to work, when I can go to lunch, when I can have a break.
Like that alarm clock.
Or having a boss that, I don't know. Like, I don't like it. I don't like it. Oh geez, this guy. I just don't like it. So, and not because it's awful, not because the people are awful, not anything like that. But just looking at it like, oh my goodness, I don't understand why people would want to stay at a regular 9 to 5. I mean, unless you're like a doctor and you have the most amazing insurance and benefits, and there's other things, right? But I just don't know why someone would want to stay at a 9 to 5 if they have the ability to be home and experience life in a totally different capacity. So my challenge for you is that if you don't like your job and you don't want to work a 9 to 5 and you don't want a boss, is to get off your booty in whatever way that looks like. Get off your butt, stop making excuses, and be able to stay home and enjoy sleeping in or going to work in your pajamas or rearranging your office every single day because you can. Watching TV while you work. So many other things. Taking a lunch break whenever the heck you want. Eating at your desk. Eating with your mouth open if you choose to eat with your mouth open. And you don't have to have people complain. I just think that this is it. This is it. 2022 is it. It's been a horrific 2 years for a variety of reasons. This is it. You know what? I don't know. I'm not going to get political, but COVID I don't think is going away anytime soon. So at the end of the day, we're going to have to work around it now. So what are you doing for your business? COVID excuses aside now. And I know that COVID has done some damage and COVID is awful. And we know people personally that have passed away and it's hard and it's not fun. But at the end of the day, we still have to make choices for the people around us, for the people we're leaving a legacy for the people that need us here and now. So let's do this. Let's do this. Tammy, you've been trying for 5 years. You struggle getting a team that wants this and customers. Then, girl, you're going to have to branch out. You're going to have to branch out. You're going to have to go outside your city. I know someone that travels states away to get business, states away to get a team because the people in her little tiny town just ain't cutting it. And they have excuses that they don't want to bust. Excuses are like belly buttons. Everybody has one and they all stink. I would say buttholes, but that's just inappropriate. Belly button, butthole, same thing. Okay? But at the end of the day, yes. At the end of the day, we need to bust those excuses. We're here to help you guys. Lean into your team. Choose 5 people that are better than you. Choose 5 people that you want to replicate and ask them to be your accountability partner. Ask them to say, hey, I want to do this and this is what we're going to do. This is what it's going to look like. How can we help you? Because at the end of the day, we're helping each other. We're holding each other accountable. If, we all want to go, the same way. And that way is up to heaven and up in business. So I think that, let's just do this together. Let's bust our excuses. Let's start 2022 off better than ever. I know that every year people say that, but I'm not talking about, what are those called? Resolutions. I'm talking about just being better. Who you are, growth. Let that be your word for 2022. Growth personally, growth in business, growth mindset. Let's stop the 9 to 5s. Let's work when we want to work. Let's go on vacations. You guys, if you didn't work a 9 to 5, you could come to Idaho. We could take you on tour of home office and Johnny could cook for you. But you have a 9 to 5, so you can't do that. You're stuck there. So, at the end of the day.
Not shaming those who love their 9 to 5.
Yeah, if you love your 9 to 5, that's one thing. I don't. I don't love my 8:30 to 4 and early release on Wednesdays, but you don't get early release. You have to stay there. No, not having it. I'm done. I'm over it. Let's move on. That is my goal to myself is I will do this. When Johnny's mom passed away in 2019 and he went off the deep end and he lost his full-time job, I was like, what are we going to do? We're literally going to be living in a van down by the river. And we're going to have to do it. I was okay with that because at the end of the day, I'm with the people I love. But that was not happening. So I said in September of 2019, I asked my SSD, what do I need to do to make this a full-time job? She told me, I said, okay, I'm doing it. And I did it. And then he came on with me. Crystal, you cannot have my tamales. That's out of compliance. And I will get flagged for that.
Unless you're coming to visit and we're just
and
feeding
then I'm cooking
you.
for you.
That's different. Then do not pay us.
But I think that at the end of the day, ask somebody, what do I need to do to make it full time? What do you need to do? What type of amount of monthly Oh my gosh, I don't even know what I'm saying. What is it? Monthly, when you make monthly money. What is it called?
Income?
Income, yeah, but like, what is it?
Income.
Yearly income? I don't know, freaking whatever. See, it's getting late now, and my brain is a little fried. The kids were supposed to go to bed, but they're still up there
And you
making bracelets. I don't know, monthly, like, what is your monthly budget?
Budget.
Like, this is what I need, and then some.
That's what I said
What do
earlier.
you need to do? Is it? Oh, shoot. Dog. Okay, so what do you need to do, and let's do it. What do you need to make monthly to fill your budget? That's what I was going to say.
Oh, yeah.
And then let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
We needed, well, $3,000 a month was
Back then, yeah.
back then, but now it's a little, we got a lot of kids and this house is a little hefty. But yeah, so what do we need to do? And let's do it.
It's so much easier to accomplish something too if you write it down.
Mm-hmm.
If you see it and it's in front of you and you're like, I want that. I'm working for that. And you're just looking at it every single day, you're more likely to accomplish it.
Yes. So, yes. Plan a tour and tamale party. We're actually trying to get what were we going to do? A leadership training? Yeah, we're trying to get a leadership training where we invite leaders and you come and we cook for you and we just hang out and no cost. Like you wouldn't pay to.
You just pay your way out.
You would just come out here for a visit, but we'd end up having some speakers and hanging out and getting some home office peeps in on it. But we had talked about that as well. But yes, we have some planners that we've combined from a couple other ladies that have shared, and that's what we're putting together. Sorry, babe. That's what we're putting together. And our word of the year is on there. Some scripture that's going to get us through the year is on there. And goals, what we did last year that sucked, what we did this year that we want to improve on. But anyways, I can't add any of you as a friend because I have too many. So you can follow me and message me. And I'll give you my personal phone number as well. He can take friends. He's now accepting friends. Anyways, so we probably should get off here. I don't even know what time it is now because I started rambling and now I've cotton mouth. And my phone's dead, so don't try to look at what time that is.
I did want to say, she said something that I really love, and it was like the best advice that I had ever gotten in my life. Oh, we've been talking for 53 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, guys.
It kind of ties into busting your excuses. So the best advice I had ever gotten was from my uncles when I was coming out of my meth days and jail days and really rough Johnny life days. The best thing he ever told me was to surround myself with people who were better than me. It sounds weird. It really does. When you hear it and you're like, they're better than me, like that just makes me sound like I want to be better than the people I'm currently hanging around with, which is the point.
You do.
If you're struggling in life and you've been struggling in life and it's been struggle after struggle after struggle and it's been the same people in your life, it's been the same circumstances in your life, it's a pattern and it repeats itself for a reason. So I challenge you to look at your friends. Like she said, your closest 5 friends. Look at who they are. Do they motivate you in life? Do they inspire you? When you think of them, does it make you want to work harder to achieve more? Not to like envy what your neighbor has, but do they have things that you want or that you would love to have in your life? Do they do things in their life that you would love to do in your life? Truly look at your friends and ask yourself, do all 5 of my closest friends, do they bring me any of this? And if they don't, and you can recognize that it's a little bit unhealthy or it's not the best for you or it's just not helping you in life, and you can recognize that, that's good. It might even challenge you to change up who you hang out with more. It might challenge you. And sometimes that means family too. Some of, my closest friends growing up were my family members. And when it finally came time for me to grow up and to change my life around, even though I had been needing to do that for years. When it finally came to me and it clicked in my head, I was like, some of those people are my family. Like, they're my blood. Like, I can't stop. Like that's my friend, like my best cousin. But it wasn't bringing me anything in life. It wasn't helping me. It wasn't uplifting me. Nothing. So when I stepped away from those people and I found friends who were doing more in life, who were more in life, who overall were better than I was in life, it inspired me. It motivated me. It made me want to do the things that they were doing. Okay, that person's getting up at this time to go to work and they're not coming home till late, and it's paying off. I want to do that too. I want to do exactly what they're doing because I want to live the life that they're living. Oh, well, this person's over here and they're exercising and they look good and they say they look healthy and or not say they look healthy, but say that they feel healthy and feel great and have never had a better days in their life. I want that too. I'm going to go do what they're doing. So when you change your friends up and you change those closest 5 people around you, your life starts to change because you're wanting more. You're doing more to get them more. So just, I want to end this with, look at who you're surrounding yourself with, because it truly makes an impact in your life. And sometimes it's really hard because, like I said, it can be family. And sometimes not all family is healthy for us. And that is okay. It is okay for us to put our foot down and say, you are not healthy for me and my kids and my overall family. I don't think I need to hang out with you as much. I'm sorry. But I got to do what's best for me and my kids, my family. But that's what's important to me now. When you do those things, it's not only fulfilling for you, but it's rewarding because you've made room in your life for someone who's better, someone who can inspire you, motivate you, whatever the case. So I truly just challenge you guys to not only look at those excuses that we talked about earlier and finding a solution to busting those excuses, but to look at the people who are surrounding you in your life and to evaluate your friendship, your relationship, whatever it is with them. And is it a healthy one? Is it one that helps you, that motivates you, anything? I truly just ask you to take a look into that because it does affect how you do things in life, how you live life, how you run your life. It's crazy how much influence your closest friends can have to your life. A lot of us go through life with the same 5 friends and we're influenced by them, and we don't ever do the real things that we want to do in life because I know that my friends aren't going to like that, and they're not going to approve of it, and they're not going to tell me, no, you should go do that. You should totally go do that. Like, that's going to be what's best for your life. No, that's just not the way it is. So I just want to say to look at who you surround yourselves with in life and think about that, and to reevaluate your friendship and the time and efforts that you're putting into those relationships. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I love you guys. We super appreciate you guys taking the time to be here with us and listening to us ramble on and on and on. Can't believe it's been an hour.
I think we can try and upload this so they can share it with their teams.
Yeah,
some sort of way.
I think I can save it.
That way you can share with your teams if they're not in here, or invite them to the think tank group so that they can be in here. I know that there's a lot of other trainings and stuff on here as well. Mm-hmm. So yeah, and we should do like a planner night where we all just do a Zoom and
we'll upload it to our YouTube too, because I know some people don't do social media, so we'll do that. We'll put it on the tube. So anyways, guys, love you guys.
The best is yet to come. 2022, always. We're coming for you.
Have a good one. If you're celebrating on New Year's, let me just end with this one. Be safe. Be extra safe.
Don't drink and
Uber.
drive.
What's the other one?
Lyft.
Whatever it is. If you're drinking, don't drive. Be safe this New Year's. We want to see you guys in 2022. Peace out, home dogs.